As a leader, have you ever had a situation where you've been leading a meeting and the meeting started to go wrong, where either someone in the room started to dominate the meeting or unnecessary drama happened, which led the meeting in the wrong direction? In order to deal with these kinds of situations and avoid meetings becoming too political and non-productive, I recommend a technique that I call correct in public. Now, many of you may have heard the recommendation that you always praise in public and correct in private. And generally, this is a good idea if we're talking about one individual and one set of behavior. Unfortunately, in a group, this doesn't work as well as we would like it to, because if we don't correct in public, it will accidentally send a message to the group that the negative behavior is actually acceptable. And you may get more of it rather than less, even if you talk to that employee privately later. So how can you correct in public? Step one of correcting in public is the moment the negative behavior occurs, call it out and name it in that moment. So for example, Joe, you may not realize it, but you're talking over other people in the group and you're dominating the meeting. You might say to someone such as, Mary, you may not realize it, but you're not using facts to make your point right now. By doing this, you immediately deal with the behavior as it occurs. Then, it's important to state the value that they violated. Please remember, everyone, it's important that we listen to one another. We want to make fact-based decisions so we can make the best decisions possible. Most importantly, don't overreact. If we overreact, then the correction becomes a punishment or a humiliation, rather than a correction which helps keep everyone on course and keeps the meeting from becoming either political or toxic. Then, as a final technique, please remember to praise in public. When the team functions well and adheres to the values, it's very important to reinforce that so you get more of that behavior. For example, considering saying at the end of a meeting, team, thank you very much for listening to one another so effectively during this meeting and using such a tremendous amount of facts to get us to the best quality decision for the business. By correcting in public, we reinforce the positive behaviors that help us have a healthy environment and move the business forward.